In my earlier video, you saw how I asked questions to get past the small talk and to get to know Jesper. So now I want to find out what commonalities we have. Because commonalities is the key to make it feel natural to keep in touch without being awkward. And in our conversation in that video, I could make assumptions about what Jesper likes. I know he's running a business, he seems bright, he's interested in technology. So I feel a connection to him because we have that in common. So I wonder what other things might Jesper be interested in that I'm interested in. So based on my impressions of Jesper, I assume that he might be interested in philosophy, in psychology, futurology, lifestyle design. And maybe you're totally uninterested in these topics, but that's not the point. The topics will be different for everyone, but the methods always works. There's no effort in assuming these things about Jesper. In fact, our brain assumes things about others either we want to or not. And notice that these are just assumptions, and I could be dead wrong. But it doesn't matter, because next I test my assumptions to see if they are true. So I bring up these subjects as soon as it feels relevant.
Examples of like solar cell companies and stuff where they're making money and investing in like rural areas and stuff, and it's like I like that type of stuff.
Yeah, the Elon Musk kind of.
Yeah, some degree. I'm not sure if I'm like 100% okay with Elon Musk and what he's doing, because I think there's.
So Jesper talks about solar panels, and I make an assumption. Might he be interested in Elon Musk, a person that I think is very fascinating and like to talk about? And it turns out he's not. So that assumption was wrong.
He's not doing it because he's nice. He's doing it because if he can bring down the price of his batteries, they're working with his batteries, which he needs for his.
But it's still good for the world. I mean.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So it's about finding all those balances.
But I think that all altruistic actions are in fact egoistic because they come from some. I mean, if you give money to a beggar, it's because it would feel too bad for you to not give them money.
Yeah.
So as long as you do egoistic things that are also good for others.
Yeah. The reason I smile is I always say this. I'm not sure which philosopher it is that says that every action you do is an egotistical action.
So instead of starting a debate with Jesper whether Elon Musk is good or not, I switch over the conversation to ask a philosophical question to see if Jesper likes that, if I get a positive reaction out from him. And it works out, and it turns out that Jesper is interested in this, and now we can delve into that and talk more about something we both think is interesting.
Then you can realize that, okay, this is actually an egoistic action. But
exactly. Maybe it's just that the brain has. I don't know if you Kahneman, thinking fast and slow.
Yeah.
Maybe you just put it in there. So I assume if Jesper's into philosophy and business, he probably knows Daniel Kahneman, and it turns out he does. So there's another thing to talk more about. But then I'd rather live in part of the society and feel the stress and pain of doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it has a purpose.
Yeah.
Then that makes me happy. So.
Yeah. No, I think that's the overall driver. I mean, for myself is I'll keep working on the company and do that as long as I'm overall happy with like the life situation around that.
Yes. So here I again bring up how I view business and how I view my life, and I get an opportunity to see how Jesper views business and his life. And here's another way to find a commonality. And during the conversation, when we find all these commonalities, because I bring subjects up that I assume Jesper is interested in, we get this sense of feeling that we have things in common. So in summary, we always automatically make assumptions about what commonalities we might have. And some tell me like, I don't have the brain power to come up with assumptions when I'm in a conversation. But the brain does this on autopilot. You don't need to force it. If you walk around the block and see how you assume things about people, he's probably into that, she's probably into that. And then we mention something about these assumed interests when it's natural to do so in the conversation. Or you simply ask, are you also interested in philosophy? Are you also interested in that? If you get a positive reaction, I can confirm that assumption and I can talk more about that commonality. So test your assumptions. Bring up subjects you assume you might have in common. And if you get a positive reaction, delve into it. And when you find commonalities, they will help you feel more alike. And if you also have a great personal connection, it will now feel natural to keep in touch.